we did it.
Hey there, hey there.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Hold on, let me make it so you can see me. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you now. The other time I
Okay,
can only see the
cool.
shoulders.
Okay, could you introduce yourself to everyone, please?
Okay, sure. Hey everybody, I go by DeAndre Collins. That's my name, DeAndre Collins, aka Sideshow, the Welder, because I'm gonna be welding everybody Joshua inside that ring, baby.
So, what made you start getting into boxing?
Boxing, it's a long story if you got some time.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
All right. I was tuning in a little bit to your chat before I got on here, right? So now you got a wrestler slash boxer because before boxing I was a high school wrestler, and
Oh,
got me into the boxing world was one of my teammates from the wrestling world named Song Radaway. He was my teammate at Kathleen High School, and he was basically like a kid that admired me as a wrestler while I was at a different school at Bartow High School, and we became friends at a tournament. And before I knew it, I transferred over to Kayleen and we became teammates. And from there, we just had like a brotherhood bond. Well, after college, he kind of like lost his scholarship. And I did too. Like, I lost any offerings that I had. And we were thinking, how can we compete? But we know we can't do wrestling. So we thought of fighting. And at the time, and I'm like, man, I don't know about MMA. I would love to. Basically, long story short, he got caught up with a coach named Laura Ramsey. She had a little gym off Peach Street and over in Cumbie area in Lakeland. And basically, he did a fight and won an MMA fight under her belt. And from there, I told him I was gonna come through the gym, give it a try out, give it a look. Unfortunately, my brother got in some more trouble, and it had him banned from America, so he's over in Jamaica. My
wait.
brother's by the
Oh,
way.
oh, what? We won't go
Yeah,
into detail. That's gonna be really huge.
it's a lot of details, brother. Mom, it's a lot of details. I pray for my brother's songs. He knows we talk on a regular. He's trying to get back into the fighting world himself, just over in Jamaica. It's just a little tough over there.
Hmm.
Yeah, not so many opportunities over in Jamaica as in America. But long,
Really? Why is that, you think?
um, well, for one, you ain't gonna have jobs opportunity like you do in America. I know we have had in times jobs not being here, but if you go to some of these third world countries that's not technology developed like America is, or like China is now, or like Britain or Germany or Russia, man, a lot of these third world countries are fighting just for food and scraps, let alone jobs. And a lot of their resources is unavailable to them. So survival is like an everyday thing, more or less alone, focusing on a trade or education. To them, they just want to find their next meal every day, let alone focus on hitting the gym. But through life and through ups and downs, man, he worked hard and he's focusing back into the gym world. To get back to me, I checked out Laura Ramsey while she had a different gym over on P Street. It was just her by herself at the time, and I liked it. But I had got with my wife, Mia, my wife Soti. Ain't gonna say full name. And basically, I got married. Man, I went here and tied the knot. I was marrying a woman with 4 kids in the picture, and I had one. So together, we're trying to combine 5. And I was like,
How
man,
old were you?
all my family.
How old
So
were you?
22 when I got married, or 23.
So you were 22 already with 5 kids.
Well, my wife had together to blend our family and make 5. So
What's
it's
Christmas like in your house?
what's Christmas like? Man, it's fun.
Yeah.
Christmas is a little different from how I grew up. I didn't really know what I was getting when I grew up. If I had Christmas, them, man, they just tell us what they want, man, and we go get it, and then they can't get into Christmas, and then usually my wife or I try to find some type of family trip that we can go participate because we appreciate more of the family memories than the gifts that being received or given. So as long as they're having fun,
Okay.
then Christmas trip, man, that's more. more of a blessing to me than the gifts itself that way, giving and receiving.
So we spoke this past Monday, I believe, but I would love to discuss it again. Are you cooking? Multitasking. Don't burn
Feel me?
yourself, bruh.
I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm listening.
What are you making?
I got some Italian sausages here. I'll show you. I got some Italian sausage. I got a pork shoulder, and I
Oh
got some
my
chicken.
geez.
For
Doesn't it
whoever,
hate each
we got different taste buds in my house. If I'm here and there.
Is it someone's birthday?
No, no, just a regular. I just want to cook for
Just
the
just
family.
just a normal day. Just a
Yeah, I've been
normal day in the
busy.
Collins household.
Yeah, I've been busy, man. I'm focusing, getting ready for my fight coming up, and I want to make sure that my family know how much I love them, how much I appreciate them. So it's my turn to cook, and I feel like grilling.
So we were talking before about CTE and the dangers of future brain damage because due to constant concussions. So my first part question is, have you ever been concussed before?
Concussion
Yeah, have you ever had one?
for this sport.
Oh. I guess in general in life, I guess.
Um, yeah, man. I'm sure I have had concussions before. I
Oh
remember I
jeez.
got in a fight on the streets. I got jumped and got a concussion.
Oh
But
my gosh.
I'm sure I probably caught a few concussions in football back in high school. Just never got diagnosed. I was taught, man, you get hit hard, you just get back up and go at it. It wasn't the type that really cry over injuries. I might have cried because I was tired, but not over injuries. But
So now present tense as a re-emerging professional boxer, what safety mechanisms are you using in order to not get concussed or have extreme brain damage?
well, as far as that, boxing is very dangerous. So I can never say I'm
Yeah.
100% safe. That would be a lie if I tell you that. As far as what we do in the gym is we don't get to spar every day of the week, so we're gonna limit head trauma by doing that for one. And then when we is spar, we make sure safety first. Your mouthpiece is in. You got a amateur USA headgear that's properly covering your whole head, and then you're making sure you keep your hands up while you're in the ring. So coach is always watching. If you ain't keeping your safety, then you gotta get out of there. By getting hurt, especially in practice. So we make sure when you sparring, you just showing respect, but you're going hard too.
So that's never like a fear for you when you are fighting competitively that, man, I hope that this isn't the one.
Nah, nah. I mean, in the back of my mind, yeah, before your fight, you always pray that you have a safe fight, no injury. But I'm not about to go
Mm-hmm.
to my fight, be like, this is my fight that I possibly could receive a concussion. I mean, that's nowhere near my mind. So the least thing would be an injury right going into a fight. That'll probably be more after or way, way before.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next question. So we were talking before about getting body parts insured. So could you go into detail about that for people who are interested in competing competitively?
What do you mean? Body into what now? Can you repeat
Body
that?
parts insured, like getting your hands insured. Remember we were talking about that before?
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely. Listen, well, any gym that you go to, they're gonna make you sign some waivers as soon as you enter the gym for your own safety and for liability of the gym, so they don't get sued. But each gym should have some type of self-insurance. And then before I believe you even step in the ring, most coaches gonna make you have a USA boxing registration card. And basically, when you register your hand, I think it's like $85 to $90, and you go on USA Boxing, you're gonna pay for your registration, and that due to them terms, they have some insurance policies that can cover you. I think up to $10,000, but don't quote me on the amount. I may be wrong. It could be more, but it covers you during your fights if you was to get injured during the fight, need a ride to the hospital. You have some type of insurance, especially during practice. It would also cover any injury during practice. Say on a Tuesday I don't got to fight, but I'm sparring against one of my teammates and I get a chip too. US, as long as I got my registration and that USA card, it will help participate. I can't say
So
it's
is,
gonna
is
cover
this
all the bills.
So is this something that you should do with every gym that you go to?
Well, every gym, every fighter, before you can even fight officially on the card, you gotta rest, and it's because of a liability and part of a insurance policy. So you can't step in a USA ring without your registration period or a doctor physical.
Okay, this is good for me to know because I think I was telling you that I've been taking jujitsu classes and I kind of want to take it more seriously, but I don't
You should.
know. Do you have
You
any
should.
advice for that?
You should. You should go full blown in and set your schedule up so you can get your workout in, man. Like I told you before, a healthier life will mean more happiness, less stress, and a longer life at that. And I think everybody chasing happiness sometimes.
Because you were saying that you've done wrestling, you've done judo, you've done jujitsu. What else have you done?
I played football. I did a little bit of track. Um, that's pretty much it. Yeah, football, wrestling, weightlifting, track, judo.
So was this
Jiu-jitsu,
already
I
like a
really don't
natural
count.
thing for like
I
you've
never
just always been? Sorry.
Jiu-jitsu, I never competed. That was just more of a training with a gym at the time.
So have you just always been athletic? Like what drew you to pursue these kind of extracurricular activities?
I didn't find out I was really athletic until I got saved by a man named John O'Neill. He's a high school football coach over at Lakeland Christian. What is it? Lakeland Christian High School. It's a prep. So shout out to John O'Neill and Lakeland Christian, man. All them boys over there. He basically saved my life, man. I had a little trouble growing up in my household, just finding my way, man. And that man installed something in me and believed in me. And ever since then, I just wanted to stay busy to distract
Hmm.
from what was going on around me in my life. And before I know it, to stay busy, I went from one sport to the next, and then to the next sport. And before I know it, man, basically every semester I was doing a different sport.
So you also have a major weight loss story. Do you mind sharing that with us? What was the most that you ever weighed?
Wow, Jesus. I'm not getting
Sorry.
how to ask women they weigh, but y'all let her ask us. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I think I've been up to 218, the heaviest, but when
How
I
tall are
cut,
you?
I'm like 5'6", maybe
Oh
five
my God.
quarters. So yeah, that weight ain't too typical for my height.
Yeah.
But when I started cutting this weight, now I was like 208, and I was a youth football coach for the Lakeland Storms at the time. And basically, what happened was, I guess I started getting a little self confidence within myself, and my wife was able to kick over time. And she just basically told me about myself. And baby, you're getting fat. And I'm
He
not.
said that verbatim, baby, you getting fat?
I mean, how far straight can you be?
No,
You know what I'm
that's awesome that you
saying?
guys have that kind of relationship.
I love my wife because she's so straightforward. At times it gets on my nerves, and I might tell her about herself because she's too straightforward. But her straightforwardness is what made me fall in love with her the most because I can always count on her to express me her true feelings more than telling me what I want to hear. And there's too many people on this earth that's going to join your corner and want to tell you what you want to hear. They're more what you need to hear at times, even if you don't want to accept it. So
Mm.
when she told me I was overweight at first, you know what I'm saying? My kids had passing jokes over at the beaches over months. And I just like, you know what? I ain't fat. It's just a little bit of a beer belly. You know what I'm saying? And I just kept lying to myself. But when she basically just set me down, like, baby, it's time to do something, I was like, all right, I'm about to go all in. So my wife supported me, and I told her I was gonna cut beer back, and within 2 months, I dropped 35 pounds, and I
So,
didn't even
so
hit
in
the
those
gym.
2 months, you just quit beer.
Quit beer, and I quit eating past 8:30, 9 o'clock.
8:30.
Yeah, 8:30, 9 o'clock. What your body do? It has a tendency to store the food and the fatness, and since you're sleeping, it stores it. But when you wake and you eat, most of the time you at work or you're doing something, so you active and your body's burning the calories back off. But when you eat right before you go to bed, it's not burning it back off, and that's how we tend to gain fat over time. So cutting your food time back about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and no more food after that. You'll see a big difference in 30 days to 60 days just alone. Especially cutting beer back on top of that, all that yeast, it was tremendous for me, man. And I went from like 208 to like 170, 178. And then I was like, man, my kids, my wife, my daughters, they kind of wanted to take a break from cheerleading. And I was like, I went to join another organization, and I guess the lead didn't accept me. The organization accepted me and wanted to bring me in, but the lead that it was in didn't accept some of the stuff from my past. So I went ahead like they gonna take a break, but I couldn't. And I just like it was eating at me. Like I still got some life left in this body. So I went and found my coach, Lloyd Ramsey. Shout out Big Dreams Boxing Academy. You know, at the time. And got with my coach and got back in contact with her, and she set me down and told me if I'm serious, then she's willing to coach me. And we got serious, and before I know it, my coach was on me drilling me, and I went from 170 down to like 140 in the next 2 more months. So that's 50 pounds to 60 pounds in like the last 4 or 5 months.
Oh
And then
my
we
God.
talked about what weight class I should participate in because I'm not too tall. The video might make me, but I'm not. And most of the people my height is gonna be like at 120, 125, 130. But me, I got like way too much muscle to be cutting. I'm just too old with a working lifestyle and just too many kids. So I was like, 120 might be out the door. So we talked about it, and I was like 150 at the time. We came to the conclusion around 130, and I just been busting my butt, training hard, and I'm 130 now. I weighed in like 131.2 before I came out here grilling.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm almost on way for my fight. I'm a whole week ahead.
What advice would you give to someone who is trying to lose weight?
Make sure you stay self motivated the most. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, we don't stay self motivated. And like every beginning of the year, every January 1st, everybody want to set goals, but
Mm-hmm.
nobody follows through. You give it 5 days, 10 days, a month, and everybody gives up. And then you forget about your own self goals because you get distracted with everything that's going on in life. So I truly believe once you set the goal, that's the first step. But putting in the work and following up on the work is the hardest part. Like me, I see people go in and out the gym talking about how they want to do this and do that, but then they only part time in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So
How often do you train?
say that again.
How often do you train?
Me, man, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I have months that I'll take a day or two off, and I have other months that I'm on it every day. Right before my fights, that whole month leading up to my fight, I'm there every day as much as possible, depending on my life schedule. Like I said, I got 5 kids, and I try to make sure they all active doing their own thing in their own life. And I make sure I'm involved at every game, every cheerleading, every soccer game, anything they do, graduation, school events, I'm there. So if that interacts with my training time, then training just gotta wait. But usually I'm there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then rotating on Friday because I might go to another gym to get some sparring at a different gym on Fridays. So usually 3 to 4 days a week in the gym. And then I train on the weekends. Saturday and Sunday, I train with Plant City Boston Gym with Coach Anthony Holmes Jr. over in Plant City. He's my personal conditioning coach. So I train from 5 to 7 a.m. every Saturday and Sunday over in Plant City. And he just makes sure I'm ripped up and in shape and ready, man. And I appreciate him so much.
Two questions. First question, when do you have time to sleep?
um, Usually when I get home, my wife gets a little upset with me. When I get home, I usually take my shower. Me and my wife will spend some time. I try. I ain't gonna lie. She do better than me. I try to finish a movie or a show or two per night with my wife, but usually I tap out. And I don't even tap out. My body's shut off, and I'm waking up at an alarm. I get up every morning around 4 a.m., 4:30, and I'm running before work. I
At
run
4 a.m.?
Yeah, well, I start my running by 5 a.m. I'm usually up by 4:15, 4:20, maybe 4:05, somewhere in between there. I get in my shower, I get in my stretch out routine, and by 5 a.m. I'm on the road, and then I'm home back by 5:45, 6 o'clock, and I'm back on the road by 6:15 a.m. going to work or dropping my kids off to school and then going to work. Be to work by
So
7.
what do you do? How do you take care of your mental states? Because
My wife,
it
like I
seems like
say, man, my wife, and my Lord. My mental state break down at times. I'm not gonna kid you not. I ain't gonna break down like most people because I have a stronger mental to push myself, but it gets stressful on my body and it gets stressful
Mhm.
just in general. So my wife can always be my ear, my ear that I need to just yell and talk and communicate with. When I'm stressed, I can just yell and get it out, and she'll listen. And she'll tell me what I need to be motivated, whether it's something I want to hear or it's something that I don't want to hear. She's just gonna tell it either way. So my wife is probably one of my biggest support. And then I make sure I find my time with my God, my Lord, and Jesus Christ. Every morning on my way to work, me and him have our conversation, and he know what we talk about, so I don't have to share it. And with them two backbones, it ain't nothing I can't accomplish in this world.
How long have you been married?
Man, we got married in 2014, but I met her my senior year in high school while she was an adult and I was still a senior. So we was like friends while she was in a relationship with her kid's father, and then relationship back in college. And at the end of it, we found out the time was right. We were both single for about 7, 8 months, going close to a year. And like I say, we was always each other's backbone, trying to help each other out through relationships. So why not try one together? Years of friendship, and what? Been married since 14, June 14 or 14.
What would you say is like the secret sauce to a healthy relationship?
Communication and trust. Trust is not really a big issue in my household, but us and communication, man. Every year, you're gonna find yourself fighting to better your communication. And I feel
Mhm.
like the moment the two lovers give up on fighting for better communication is where we drift apart. So every year is challenging for me to better my communication for my wife so I can make her happier. Because with me being so busy, I tend to let my wife down at times that I have a tendency to focus some on myself because I'm drilling so hard that I I I I have to make up to her. So I try to make sure I stay on top of communication so I can always know how she's feeling, don't neglect it. Because the last person I want to hurt is my heart.
You're making me cry.
Hey, I ain't
That's so
don't cry.
that's so romantic. Is this something like why are you the way that you are? Because
um,
like you very rarely meet males like you in the real world.
I'm not a
Like you
good
see them in
male. I'm not a
movies.
perfect male. Like I said, I've been young once. I've been wild. I done had fun in college. You know what I'm saying? Expressing myself, finding myself with going. You know what I'm saying? Traveling. Let's just like that. Um,
Saying a lot without saying a lot.
Yeah, I always traveled though, making sure I was getting ready for that one. I wasn't just the type of kid that was traveling to just to travel, just to brag about. I was traveling like a practice. The more I practice, the more I'm about. What's up? What's good?
Hey.
Hey, got fans, they doing by. Hey, oh,
I, I
oh,
love being a Floridian.
huh?
I said I love being a Floridian. Only in
Yeah, you gotta
Florida
love the weather.
do we
Look
do
at me.
that.
I'm right now. I'm out on my porch, and this is my boxing bag and my grill, and what better? It's good weather. It rained earlier, now it's sunny and muggy, so it's bipolar weather.
So do you have a very strong relationship with your mother?
I love my mama and I love my father. I would say I have a strong relationship with my mother than my father, but yes, I have a good relationship with my mom. It can be stronger a lot, but I can still know she has my back. Now, my father, I love him dearly. Without him, I wouldn't be here. But he's the reason why I am who I am. I try to be the opposite of who he is. So
Mm. And sometimes that's really good motivation, though.
that's always
Don't you think?
motivation to be everything he wasn't.
Yeah.
If one thing my daddy taught me in life, he taught me all the wrong ways of being a father. So I watched him
Mm.
wrong ways of being a dad growing up, so I can be correct when I become my own father and break that chain. Because his grandkids deserve better, and I deserve better. So for his grandkids to receive better, I got to do better first. So I can't repeat the same traits that my father repeated with me.
So, would
It
you,
could be a
would
podcast
you,
for a whole nother story because I have a lot of.
right? We got to do a part two to this.
Yeah, but my true mama,
Would you rather?
like I said, I love my mama. Shout out to my mama. You know who you are. I ain't gonna give your name big last. I don't need everybody here. Love my mama. I love my daddy. But my real mama, my real backbone would be my nanny, my grandma, my mom's mom. When me and my mom bump heads, my grandma's who I call. I talk to my grandma probably every morning right after I talk to my Lord. I ain't gonna lie, my nanny said.
Who would you love to go? Who would you love to go around with that's alive or dead, or both?
Live, I'm alive. I got my wife, so I wouldn't put nobody over my wife, man.
No, around like no, in the ring, in the ring.
Oh, Rumble in the
Who
ring,
would you
man.
like to fight? Yeah, don't. That sounded so bad.
I got I got a long way to go. I'm in the beginning of my boxing journey, so I have a long way to go before I can do any shout out. You know?
No, I mean, like that. That's famous.
Yeah, famous, dead and gone, man. I would love to step in that ring with Sugar Ray. I think I could have
Ooh.
probably got beat up quite a bit to learn quite a bit to advance to his level. Tremendous knowledge, tremendous technique, tremendous hand speed and footwork. So I think if I could have got in the ring with him one time, I could have picked up so much knowledge just by sparring with him. Next to him, my one of my favorite fighters, Ali, but my favorite fighter of all time is Floyd. I am a Floyd fan. So Floyd Mayweather, if you can be trained a day or a week, a month, whatever it takes, man. You'll get the blood and sweat out of this body, out of this talent. I'll put in all the work. Um, Other than that, man, I got the best coach in the state of Florida. Me, I got my coach Laura Ramsey to make sure I'm on top of it.
You were so good at shout outs.
Not forget the real ones in your corner because none of these other people that I shout out know who I am. But when I was a nobody, when I was an overweight coach, my coach Laura Ramsey was there. So I'm not gonna forget that. When I was just a regular guy, my wife was there. I'm not gonna forget that. I was a kid, my grandma, my mom was there. I'm not forget that. And if you
What
forget,
do you think about? And then I'm gonna try and phrase this properly because
what's good,
Ali
Rashawn? I
was.
see you. Sorry. Cuz
No,
wanted
no,
a shout out over in Tampa. So I know Cuz, man. I love you, Cuz old Rashawn Robinson, man. Big shout out to Tampa boy, Plant City boy.
so correct me if I'm wrong, but I would say that Ali was one of the first people who used their personality in order to help build their brand. Would you agree with me?
I would agree. He definitely used his personality to enhance his brand, but I wouldn't say he was the first. That's
Who would
been
you say is the first one?
I'm not old enough to say that. There's a lot of fighters before my time that I probably don't even know yet, or even
Mm-hmm.
follow to even say to put them in the category. But man, there was quite a bit of fighters before Ali, man, just in general. And that you got to think these fighters that became world champions before Ali, they didn't have. What about the fighters that didn't have TV?
Mm.
How you promote yourself when you ain't had TV and it's just word of mouth? So you got to understand about how building your brand is truly is. Now I can tell you, Floyd Mayweather is the greatest at building a brand, though.
And that's why
Um,
I was going to ask you, who do you think is really great at it right now?
oh shit, no hands down, Floyd got it. In the boxing world, Floyd got it. Next, and he'll probably be Pacquiao because he's been doing it for like four different generations. So to be in the game for 4 different generations is tremendous. So I would say Pacquiao and Floyd has it in the boxing world, and then when it, you know, it's a lot of upcoming artists, man. And I can't really put one over the other. I'm not gonna say McGregor is the hottest thing on earth on UFC because there's a lot of people that promote themselves pretty well. So
Are you a fan of McGregor?
I like how he promotes himself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Hot head, hot gun.
I feel like there's a little.
I do like how he promotes himself as an individual. I'm not gonna say he's my favorite UFC fighter. I kind
Who's
of
your
like.
favorite?
I used to like the Sunshine Kid from California when UFC was more getting first started. You know what I'm saying? The Sunshine Kid over in California, lightweight dude, man. He won belts and multiple and fought a lot of great fighters coming up that was starting the game to help build the foundation of MMA fighting. And I appreciate all that hard work that young brother put in.
Very interesting. Okay, so you have a huge career, right? Everything's good. You and your wife are living in your mansion, and
Not
it's
yet.
time to retire. Time to retire. And someone knocks on your door and saying, "Hey, we want to make your life movie," right?
You got
Who's
started over on
playing
that.
you?
I went in and out. I apologize.
Oh, sorry. So, okay, basically, long story short, who is playing you in your life movie?
Who? Me
Yeah,
in
they,
my
they,
life
they, they could
movie.
be
Well,
someone.
I
They
can't
could be
really
someone
pick
alive now.
who I want because people will laugh at it because I'm short and
No,
I
say
can't.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just pick who I want because of my height.
No, world, do whatever. Screw that, whatever. Who think as big as you want, as tall as you want.
But Will Smith to play me, man. I think he played Ali pretty well at that. So to play me that can go through my struggle in life and then go through the accomplishment I did in high school and to where I'm at now with my family. I think he can play all different levels. So somebody I would love to see DC Young Fly play me. I just think it would be funny.
Oh my god.
DC just gonna have you rolling, man. And I just like to make people laugh more than anything. I talk a lot, so I gotta make people laugh.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so sneeze. Sorry. Speaking of sneezing, how are things over there with the coronavirus
And Lakeland or Polk County or just
in Lakeland? Yeah.
Lakeland? I think it's about normal with everybody else. Everybody's starting to come to the normalization of the coronavirus. You see people wearing masks when they go in the gym. They wearing their masks when they go in the stores. But
Okay? So I hate to cut you off. Forgive me for cutting you off, but
boy,
is that safe to wear a mask while you're working out?
I think you need to pull it down under your nose while you're working out. Like if you jogging, don't have it over your nose because you're jogging, you're away from everybody. If you're on a bag, you should be at least 6 feet away on the other bag. So then again, you shouldn't have it over your nose again to suffocate yourself. If you're doing your 6 feet distance and you're working out in the gym, then you don't need it on your face. But if you're gonna be within 8 feet, 8 feet of somebody, and you know what I'm saying, and you talk to them for a moment, put it over your face. Keep it right there so when somebody come up to you, you can just slide it up and then slide it back down. You don't have to go to stream with it. Like I laugh at people, they be in their car, I be driving to work and I see them at a light. And they be the only person in the car where they got their mask on fully. I be like literally laughing at you. Who are you protecting yourself from, brother? My sister. And come on, don't act like you ain't see nobody at the light and they just only one in the car got their mask full blown. You be like, he's staying safe, but from who? You know what I'm saying? But from who?
Okay, so for those people who want to start getting involved with martial arts, boxing, wrestling, what would you recommend them do?
Go to your local gym.
Mm-hmm.
Find a date. Set a date when you want to get started. Go and find some gym in your city that's close to you. Find more than one though. I want you to attend more than one gym so you can get the feel of it. Just because you walk in one gym don't mean you're gonna like that gym. Don't mean it's gonna make you feel home. So go to multiple gyms that you can compare. And then once you compare multiple gyms and you find that one gym, set you a schedule date and then stick to it. And before you know it, if you stick to that schedule, it become more like a habit, like a smoking habit, or like a drinking habit. You just find yourself in a routine, and you'll see the progress within months, and you'll be more happier because of the progress, because you motivated yourself. The MMA and boxing is not a it's not a team sport. You literally have to self motivate yourself in this world, man.
Mm.
You can't take days off and be like, oh, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna take 3, 4 days off and not run. I'm gonna be fine. You literally gotta put in work. I run every morning before work and then go put in 8 to 10 hours. And then come home, try to it's my turn. And then within an hour though of being home, I'm back to the gym, putting in a couple hours work at the gym. So when I come home, my body just like literally ready to crash.
Okay, so I have a question, a selfish question.
Hmm.
So the days that I have my classes, I don't go to the gym. Should I go to the gym?
If you don't have no kids, you don't have no lover, and you're not doing nothing to make money, you should be in the gym.
Okay. I'm gonna put that in there.
Yeah, like literally. This is what I tell my nephew. Make you on a piece of paper, write you some goals, right? And then plant it right above your head where you sleep. So when you first wake up, that's the first thing you see in the morning to remind you. These were my goals I set this long ago. And if you read that over and over every day to remind yourself of your self-motivated goals, you be like, hey, 3 months from now, I'm doing what I said I was gonna do. And before you know it, you'll add on another goal, and you'll add on another goal, and you'll see yourself accomplishing things throughout life. And humans, we go wrong no matter what race you are. We was taught in school to set goals, and then when we get out in the real world, we set goals, and then we only let them laugh about it. So we find ourselves a year later in the same boat.
Yeah.
So goals is a big thing.
Wow. Okay. Do you have any last words of advice for us?
Depends on what topic. My word of advice, for a happy relationship, you have to put the Lord above y'all two.
Mm,
You literally have to love him first before you can love your partner. Second,
mm,
if you're not self-happy, how can you make them happy? And
mm.
third, you have to make them happy before you can make yourself happy, because you're their backbone. You're supposed to have their back. Too busy focus on yourself, making yourself happy, then you're not allowing your partner to be your partner. You're handicapping them from being your partner, and vice versa. So communication, make sure y'all always communicating, and you'll have a good relationship. Other than that, it's just a lot of trust, man. Gotta have a lot of trust. I'm on the go, so my wife gotta trust me, and I gotta trust her while I'm on the go that she's not gonna. My wife very beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I have a Puerto Rican wife, so she's very, very beautiful. And even at her age, after 4 kids, she's thin as me. So, and she don't even like to work out. Lucky ass. But communicate, communicate. You'll have a long relationship. And that's all I hear from marriages that have been 20, 50 years long. Is communicating. So I'm trying to listen from my elders.
Mm.
Yeah, you'll be happy.
Okay, so you would fight this weekend, right?
Not this weekend, because we already in it. I have a fight this weekend coming up. It's a tournament. It's Sugarbird Nationals, and it's being held down in Punta Gorda, Florida. And I've sent in my registration. I'm gonna be trying to weigh in at 129, so I can be fighting anybody from anywhere from 119 all the way up to I believe 139. I don't know who I'm fighting. It's a tournament. I just weigh in, and then when the bell ring, I go. So I was told if I win a couple fights, I'll win me a green belt. So I'm going with a green belt. Me and my boy Fino, baked chicken. Y'all know Rafino Lewis, boy, 8-0, representing Lakeland. We both will be representing Lakeland, baby. So y'all come support us down in Punta Gorda, Florida. If you want to find the address, go to the website. It's called Sugarbird National. It's coming up August 28th through the 30th. fees to get in. I think it's over 300 to 600 fighters there, man. Come enjoy the whole weekend. Bring your mask. Be safe.
Bring a mask. Bring a mask. All right. All right. Cool. Where can everyone follow you, support you, donate to what you do?
Let's get a shout out to my donate. I didn't get to bring it up. I have a free weekend program every Saturday and Sunday. I condition for free. I would give you free boxing lessons. All you gotta do is bring a bottle of water, bring a mouthpiece, and bring a sweat towel and your mask, and show up at Webster Park. If you want to get in shape, you want to lose your belly, you want to lose them rolls, tighten up that ass and thighs, ladies, I got y'all. Gentlemen, I got you. 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. at Webster Park. You can find me there on Calendar, or you can find my new boxing page that I just made, Sideshow D Welder, under DeAndre Calendar, and go follow that page that I'm gonna be building up. And then I'm also on Twitter, man. I need Twitter followers. I just started on Twitter. I only got like 145 views. I'm a follower, so if you can follow me on Twitter under DeAndre Collins, that would be a blessing, man. I appreciate it.
And when I post this, I'll put this all inside the caption for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're definitely gonna help. Definitely gonna help the Sideshow, the Welder.
Listen, I need more sponsors. My weekend program need more equipment. So if you got some equipment you're not using and it's just laying around and you want to get rid of it, I'll take it. Donate it. Hit me up. Drop in my inbox. If you want to donate some money towards the kids, or I really don't prefer people sending me money directly. I don't like to accept money. I rather just buy something equipment wise for the kids. Rather be water, Gatorade, new gloves, new headgear, or workout equipment. Just that way you can say it's always that was bought by you. You can't say your money was being spent somewhere else that was being spent by you already. I don't like dealing with other people's money directly. So
Yeah, true. All right.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, Mr.
Just me.
Collins, where are you originally from? Because that's so weird that our names are so similar.
Oh, yeah, I'm Collins and you Collins. Very
Yeah.
similar. I'm a little bit of everywhere between Hillsborough County and Polk County.
Well,
My parents,
Collins is your dad, right?
yeah, Collins is my
Is that your
dad,
mom's
the
name?
baker.
Where's your dad from?
We're from Plant City, man. Shout out to itty bitty Plant City, baby. Let's go Plant City, coach. And Plant City Dolphins. I give y'all shout out over there with the youth football, man. I appreciate every coach on that staff over there. TJ Miller, man, you the man.
Because
But
my family's
Plant
from
City,
Alabama.
Alabama. Hey, man, I love Alabama. I they was interested in me. Um, at the
You
time,
didn't go?
man, I didn't go to a lot of places. What athlete don't?
True,
You choose one place and then you go somewhere else.
true,
So,
true.
but yeah, shout out to Alabama, man. I love Alabama. I like Alabama. Great community over there.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
what
definitely
made
like
you move to
home.
Florida? Since you had some questions for me.
I went to Florida State.
Oh, I am a Florida State fan. My whole family.
Yeah, you should be. Everyone should be a Florida State fan.
That's what I say. Everybody that's good is I need to be a Florida State fan. But even though I'm a Florida State fan, I'm a low key UCF and USF fan because I
Ew.
rock every well,
Ew.
ill to you. I'm a Bay Area nigga. So I'm gonna rock my Bay Area team. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. I'm a Tampa Bay Rays fan. I will represent USF Bulls. I will represent UCF Knights. And though true at heart, I am a Florida State fan when it comes to that gridiron.
Yeah, go Bucks. We're gonna kill it this season though
And all y'all
with
get
Brady.
and we gonna kick that ass. Y'all lucky y'all
Yup.
on schedule or we was gonna kick that ass. But Hurricanes, y'all get 4 for it. Hurricanes gonna have an L this year.
Yup. All right. I really, really appreciate this. We for sure have to do this again. And I'm definitely gonna follow you to see how the fight goes this weekend.
Man, as long as I stay safe, man, it's all about motivating somebody else. I'm more in this game not to win the world, but to win the world. If I can motivate you to better your life, and
Wow.
or I can motivate to try to chase their dream, the better. That belts all day to me is saving lives, baby. I let Floyd make
That's
the money on selling himself. I just want to say lives. like Jesus did.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
what I coach,
That was real.
man. That's why I coach. I don't ask to get money before I coach you. I want to coach you because you want to better yourself. I want to coach you because you want to come closer to the Lord. And you come closer to the Lord, the more you make yourself happy. So, like I say, man, I had a dude that invested in me and saved my world. He turned my world upside down because it was definitely in a different direction from where I'm at now. So, I'm a black man. I was saved by a black and a white dude. The most important dude that saved my life is John O'Neal. And then two of my uncles on my black side stayed in my corner. I have Ray Collins and Diego Wilson. And they stayed in my corner, staying on top of me, pushing me. And then I came to Bartow High School and came across a coach named John O'Neal during my football season. He had me join wrestling, and he told me he can get me to college if I work hard. And his motivation was, man, you pass out before you die. So if you don't like it, quit. It's simple.
Mm.
You always stuck with me. So thank you, John O'Neal. I appreciate you dearly. You save a lot of lives. But before I go, because I gotta get back to this food, and I know you gotta get going. Let me get a quick shout out to my coach again, Big Dream Boxing Academy. Shout out to all my sponsors. All my sponsors, by the way, are black-owned companies. For those that follow me, politic-wise, you might not have to agree with all my politic thoughts. For us to share thoughts, not to attack each other, but to share each other's opinions so we can educate and learn from one another. There's gonna always be time we don't agree on topics, but just follow me, be respectful. But all my sponsors are black-owned companies. We have to support one another more. Like you say on our last broadcast, we have a tendency to downgrade one another more than pick one another up when we see them doing better than us. So I appreciate all my sponsors. Second to none barbershop, Ken Davis. He paid for my training, so he invested in my dream, and because of him, I give back to the youth. Thank you, Ken Davis. He's an upcoming actor, so look after Ken Davis, man. He will be on the big screen one day. My second sponsor would be Ivan Brooks. He sponsors a lot of kids in the community of Lakeland with uniforms. When it comes to football, cheerleading, basketball, even boxing. If you need something made personally, Ivan Brooks, the man to get it. Great quality work. He made my trunks. He made my shirt. He made my bag that I carry all my equipment in. So thank you, Ivan Brooks. I'm gonna get a shout out to my neighbor right here, Dante Andrews. He's my third sponsor.
Yeah.
This year alone, just so I can fight this year, and knowing it's only 6 months worth of registration because the pandemic. So big shout out to my sponsor next door, Deontay Andrews. He owns Kendall Lion Bully Dog Breeder Company. He breeds dogs. He go to dog shows. He breeds bully dogs, by the way. A great bully breeder. Everything legit, man. If you need a dog, come holler at him. He'll take care of you in Lakeland. Other than that, man, another shout out to Anthony Holmes Jr. He's my conditioning coach with Plant City Boxing Gym over in Plant City. And then I'm gonna give one last shout out to Jose over in Plant City. He's the owner of Plant City Boxing Gym. He allows me to come through his gym and he gives me advice when I need to speak to him. So thank you, Jose. Thank you, Coach Anthony, and thank you, Lord Ramsey. I'm gonna finish this with a thank you, my wife. Thank you, Neil Sophie. Thank you, Sophie. I love you for being my backbone. You know it ain't easy. I can get annoying, but thank you. You are smart for me, girl. I love you, baby. The whole world know about you. And
Oh,
let's
God.
Storm, Lakeland Storm football. Y'all know that red and white Nationals to win this. So you wanna come play football? Y'all come play for Lakeland Storms, baby. We got you. We the baddest organization in Lakeland. Records speak for themselves. Shout out to all the coaches and the organization with Lakeland Storms on the football and the cheer side. They compete in Mid Florida League. They compete in national stage with cheerleading. They make sure they do this stuff year round with the kids. So I appreciate Lakeland Storm organization, and I appreciate every organization in Polk County, baby.
Yes. Polk
And
County. Okay. All right, Sideshow. I
thank you.
appreciate you, man. You enjoy that pork shoulder for me.
Hopefully I didn't burn it. My wife's gonna let me know, like I say, straightforward.
See you later, man.
Hit me up. Peace.
All right, I will. Bye.